Hello students, welcome to part 5 of how to program the video game Dog's Dinner using Scratch. So a red square isn't a very interesting main character for a platform game. We need to add something fun that you can animate. So let's introduce the dog. So in the sprites list, let's click on choose a new sprite from the library. Alright, let's scroll down and let's look for the sprite called Dog 2. Dog 2. We're going to click on Dog 2 and then in the bottom right hand corner click OK. Okay. Now the good thing about Dog 2 is that if we click on the Costumes tab, the Dog 2 has more than one costume. So we're going to keep Costume A, Dog 2A. We're going to keep Costume B, Dog 2B, but I want you to click on Dog 2C and then delete it. Okay. Click on Dog 2C and in the top right hand corner, let's delete it. So we're going to work with these two costumes. Now when we switch between these two costumes, it'll make the paws will look like they're walking, they're moving. Okay? All right, so let's click on Scripts, the Scripts tab, and let's build a script for the motion of this dog. All right, let's click on Events. Let's go when the green flag is clicked. Let's go to the motion blocks here, and we're going to set rotation style. So let's grab the set rotation style block, and I'm going to leave it as left, right. Let's go to the looks blocks, and let's set size to. So the dog is too big right now, so let's set size to 50%. 50%. Okay? Let's go to the motion blocks, and I'm going to go point in direction. Point in direction, and I'm going to leave it pointing to the right. Okay, the dog is already pointing right, so let's leave it as pointing right 90 degrees. Then I want to go to the looks blocks and I want to show that sprite, that dog. Okay, so I'm going to go to the control blocks and I'm going to grab a forever block. So let's create the controls for that dog. So inside the forever block, we're going to go to motion and we're going to go to the player block. So what this does is it attaches the dog sprite to the player block sprite. It will go wherever the player block sprite is moving. But we want to have it go to the front. So let's click on looks and we'll go to front. Okay, we'll go to front. Okay, so let's set up the two controls, the left and right controls for the dog. So let's go to control, okay, and let's grab two if-then blocks. Two if-then blocks. Okay, so let's work on these together. So let's click on the sensing blocks and let's grab a key pressed at the top here and a key pressed here. So let's first do the left key, the left arrow key, and then for the second situation, let's go to the right arrow key. Okay, if the left arrow key is pressed and if the right arrow key is pressed. Let's go to motion and let's go point in direction. So we'll go point in direction and then we'll grab another point in direction for the second if-then statement. So if we click on the left arrow, then we want it to point in the left direction. The left direction is minus 90. If we press on the right arrow key, then we want it to point in the right direction, which is 90 degrees. Okay? Then we'll go to the looks blocks, and then we'll grab a next costume block that's going to go inside here, and then we'll grab another next costume block and place it inside this if-then loop. All right, let's attach these two if-then statements together. And then I should be able to move both of the if-then statements, and I'm going to place it under the go to front block inside the forever block. So it was go to front, and then I've got my two if-then statements. Okay? All right, so let's try it. Let's go to File, Save. Let's run the game, and then now I'm going to have to move the player block. I'm just going to have to get at the player block here. So it's a little bit tricky because the player block is on top. Okay, so let me stop the game and then let's move the player block up here. Okay, that might make it easier. So I'm going to click back on the dog2 sprite. Okay, all right, let's run the game again. So let's click on the green flag. So now, as you're moving left and right, you should see the dog's kind of paws moving, making it look like it's walking. Okay, and you should be able to jump with that player block here. Okay, that works pretty well. So I'm going to press stop. All right, I'm going to go to File, Save. So to give your blue dog more personality, we're going to make him howl with disappointment when the game ends. So from the sprites list, let's click on Choose a Sprite from Library. And let's go back down and find dog 2 again. Dog 2. Okay? Click OK. All right, let's click on the Costumes tab. And this time we're only going to use sprite, the third sprite, dog 2C. So on dog 2A, I'm going to delete. And then I'm going to click on dog 2B, and I'm going to delete that sprite. So I only have the one costume, and it looks like the dog has his paw kind of at his mouth. Okay? All right, let's click on scripts. Make sure, now you're on dog 3, so let's rename this sprite. So let's click on the I button, and let's rename the sprite Howling Dog, Howling Dog. And let's click the back button. All right, so we're ready to build some scripts for Howling Dog. So make sure you've clicked on Howling Dog. All right, let's build 2 small scripts. So let's go to Events. Let's start with when the green flag is clicked. Let's go to the looks, and at the beginning of the game, we want the howling dog to be hidden. Okay? Then we'll set size. Click on Set Size, and we'll set size to 50%. And then we'll click on the motion blocks, and we'll go Set Rotation Style. Set Rotation Style to, and this time we're going to choose All Around. Set Rotation Style to All Around. All right, so let's click back on Events. When I receive the Game Over message, I want the howling dog to, let's go to Motion, go to Player Block. So I'm going to go to, it's immediately going to go to the player block. We're going to click on the looks, and we want to go to front, right? We want it to appear in front of the player block. Let's go back to motion. We want it to point in direction. Point in direction. So this time I want that dog to be pointing upwards. So we're going to set that to 0 degrees. Point in direction 0 degrees. And then we want to show it. So let's click on looks. We'll click on show. Okay. And then we'll go to sound, and we're going to load a new sound. Okay. So let's click on Sounds tab. And then let's choose the sound from library. So I want you to scroll down, and I want you to look for wolf howl. Wolf howl. This is it here. Now you can test it by clicking on the play button. Wolf howl. Let's click OK. All right, so let's go back to the scripts tab. So now we're in the sounds blocks. So play sound. And it should be set to wolf howl. If not, it should be available here, wolf howl. Okay. So now we just need to adjust one small thing to the original dog sprite. So let's click on dog 2. Okay. And we're gonna build a small script here. So let's go to events. When I receive the message game over, I want to hide. So what this does is, when you die, when the dog dies, falls off the platform, the original sprite is going to be hidden, and then the howling sprite will appear. All right, let's go to File, Save. So let's click on the green flag, and I want you to play your game. Everything's going well. And then what happens is when you fall off the platform, the other sprite, the howling dog sprite, should appear. It should be facing upwards, and you should hear that howling wolf sound. Okay, if that's working, then let's go to File, Save. So this concludes part 5 of the video game project Dog's Dinner. Thanks for watching. Bye.